之康世子。I was determined not to be one of those people who didn't accomplish anything during the pandemic. So I got rid of 44 boxes of stuff. Like losing weight, it was hard, but I did it slowly and nicely. It feels really good to have that power over control. And the process of the moment of spiritual and love was really Unfortunately, articles about marine hunger, Swedish death training, and professional organizing. A few weeks for letting stuff go. I even started something called Deep Letter Sunday on Facebook. For friends posting item they requested. But my overstuffed habit and my dirty little secret. I noticed that a later 1937 colonial code is organizing needs, but crowded us more. Over the decades, matter don't stop humans and hearts. The rest is not left. And to the artist, it became the jumping point for all the experts. Without at home, I'm not like everyone else. I have split life. My husband, who is very sentimental, found it keeping things. Never need to take action. Suggest renting a car and getting over to every single item down. Then go through it and I'll leave it. Each Saturday for 22 weeks, I went on the attic, organizing and emptying the 2 boxes of bags. We then have one week to either throw the items away or find a new home. Nothing was to go back in the attic. Each member of the family was allowed one large Rubbermaid cup labeled archive. We could put anything we couldn't complete. No judgment. Signs of a victim persist. By state of a woman. The common side of you have weight or underutilized systems for capturing, organizing your tasks and projects. You that you're trying to use some non-system as substitute. This includes bad habits such as this. Leaving your email sitting in the inbox after you read them the first time. Using any method of remembering to do items. Using multiple apps to capture text. Not being sure which inbox to send you a task to. Worrying about the task falling through the cracks. Rely on your human memory to keep reminding yourself about tasks you need to attend to. Three boxes, one big pasta, one paper e-box. A golden system and one calendar for keeping track of your time-based commitments. You can also set it to proactively remind your requirements. And you don't have to rely on memory or constantly looking at the cloud for that. Your email inbox agent is having all project management system, not your web browser. A ghost system doesn't show you reminders of your to-do or cover new data. It doesn't distract by showing you the same unprocessed emails every time you check in tasks. Not having a good capture system is probably very selfish. Consider that if you don't solve soon, you counting the problem to the future, cursing your future self with more distracting and greater fault year after year, rather than absolutely drag down results you're able to create and the quality of life you're able to enjoy. You can solve this problem permanently. You can live it in the past so that it never play you again. Sound Capture System by Steve Pavlina. A common sound that you have with or underutilized system for capturing and organizing your tasks and projects without your trying to use some non-system as a substitute. This includes bad habits such as this: leaving emails sitting in your inbox after you read them the first time, using any messages to remember some to-do items, using multiple apps to capture tasks, not being sure which inbox to send a task to, worrying about tasks falling through the cracks, rely on your human memory to keep reminding yourself about tasks you need to attend to. A good system has most 2 inboxes, 1 digital inbox and 1 paper inbox. A good system has 1 calendar for keeping track of your time-based commitments. You can also set it to actually remind you of appointments necessary, so you don't have to rely on your memory or constantly looking aside for that. Your email inbox isn't a calendar or project management system, nor is it a browser. A good system doesn't show you reminders of your school except when you need to see them. It doesn't distract you by showing the same unprocessed emails every time you check your inbox. Not having good capture system is a problem we'll assume you're punching the problem into the future, cursing your future self with more distraction and greater focus year after year. Absolutely drags down the results you're able to create and the quality of life you're able to enjoy. You can solve this problem permanently. You can leave it in the past so that it never plagues you again. The pandemic gave me the time to finally my shameful addict. Here's what I learned by Joel Conscious. I was determined not to be one of those people who didn't accomplish anything during the pandemic. So I got rid of 44 boxes of stuff. Like losing weight, it was a hard work, but I did it slowly and mindfully. It feels really great to have that cover about this gone, and the process of a moment's of pure joy and love during a lousy time. I frequently write articles about decouplers, rectangles, British wrestling, and professional organizers. I clearly looking for letting stuff grow. I even start something called two-letter standardization. Your friends closed in item the rejection. But my overstuffed attic has been my dirty little secret. I'm not a clown. My little 1937 colonial house is organized neat, but the closet is small. Over the decades, masses of stuff came into the house, but very little entered the attic, which became the dumping ground for all the extras. Stuck at home very much like everyone else, I had the plan. My husband, who is very sentimental from the kitchen things, agreed that we needed to take action. He initially suggested renting a car and getting movers to bring every single item down, so we can then go through at it and leave it. each Saturday for 22 weeks. I was not pretty happy. Did a little organizing and ended up with 2 boxes of bags that we strapped down to the gas tank. We then hunted 1 week to eat 3 items over and find a new home. Nothing was to go back in the attic. Each member of the family was allotted 1 large Rubbermaid card labeled archives. They'll put anything they couldn't part with. No judgment. Signs of a rich capital system by Christopher Lehman. A common sign is to have a weak or underutilized system for capturing and organizing your tasks and projects. You that you're trying to use some non-system substitute. This includes bad habits such as these: leaving emails sitting in your inbox after you read them the first time, using any messaging app to remember to do items, using multiple apps to capture tasks, not being sure which inbox to send your task to, worrying about tasks falling through the cracks. Rely on your human memory to keep reminding yourself about tasks you need to attend to. A good system has the most 2 inboxes, 1 digital inbox and 1 paper inbox. A good system has 1 calendar for keeping track of your time-based commitments. You can also set it to proactively remind you about things when necessary. You don't have to rely on your memory or constantly looking at the cloud for that. Your email inbox, calendar, or a project management system, nor is your web browser. A good system doesn't show you reminders of your to-dos until you need to see them. It doesn't distract you by showing you the same unprocessed emails every time you check your inbox. Not having a good capture system is a problem worth their solving. Consider that if you don't solve it soon, you are punting the problem to the future, cursing your future self with more distraction and degraded focus year after year. The absolute drag down the results you're able to create and the quality of life you're able to enjoy. You can solve this problem permanently. You can leave it in the past, but never plague you again. The pandemic gave me the time to finally clean up my shameful attitude. This was what I learned by your country. I was determined not to be one of those people who didn't accomplish anything during the pandemic. So I got rid of 44 boxes of stuff. Like losing weight, it was hard work, but did it slowly and mindfully. It feels really great to have that tower of boxes gone. And the process offered moments of sheer joy and laughs during a really lousy time. I frequently write articles about decluttering, Marie Kondo, sweetest discipline, and professional organizing. A cheerleader for letting stuff go. I even started something called the Declutter Sunday on Facebook, where friends posted items with adjustments. But my overstuffed attic has been my dirty little secret. I'm not a slob. My little 1937 colonial house is organized to me, but the closet is small. Over the decades, masses of the stuff came into the house, but very little left. And to the attic, which became the dumping ground for all the excess. Stuck at home and much like everyone else, I hatched the plan. My husband, who is very sentimental and fond of keeping things, agreed I needed to take action. In industry suggests renting a park as it's movable to bring every single item down. So could then go through it at our leisure. Each Saturday for 22 weeks, I went up to the attic, did a little organizing, and ended up with 2 boxes or bags that we strapped down to the gas trunk. We then had 1 week to either throw the items away or find them a new home. Nothing was to go back in the attic. Each member of the family was allowed one large Rubbermaid tub labeled archives where they could put anything they couldn't touch with. No judgment. Signs of a weak capture system. By technique, a common size used with or unsupplied are organized your tasks and projects. It does your time with some non-system substance. This includes bad habits such as reading emails, sitting your inbox after you read them the first time, using any messaging app to remember some to-do items, to capture tasks, not being sure which parts to send your tasks to, worrying about the task falling through the cracks, rely on your human memory to keep reminding yourself about the tasks immediately. A good system has most 2 inboxes, 1 digital inbox and 1 paper inbox. A good system has 1 calendar for keeping track of your time-based commitments. You can also set it to proactively remind you of alternate necessary, so you don't have to rely on your memory or constantly looking at the clocks for that. Your email inbox isn't in calendar or project management system, nor is it that a good system doesn't show you reminders, your to-dos, except when you need to see them. It doesn't fix taxes by showing you the same unprocessed emails every time you check your inbox. Not having a good capture system is a problem worth solving. Consider that if you don't solve it soon, you're haunting the problem in the future, cursing your future self with more distraction and greater bugs year after year. That will absolutely drag down the results you are able to create and the quality of life you are able to enjoy. You can solve this problem permanently. You can leave it on the past, so never plague you again. The pandemic gave me the time to finally clean up my shameful act. Here's what I learned by pure conscience. I was determined not to be one of those people who didn't accomplish anything during the pandemic. So I got rid of 44 boxes of stuff. Like losing weight, it was hard work, but I did it slowly and mindfully. It feels really great to have that power about this song. And the process offered moments of pure joy and laugh during a really lousy time. I frequently write articles about decluttering, or rekindle, British desk cleaning, and professional arguments. A cheerleader for letting stuff go. I even said something called Declutter Sunday on Facebook. Our friends posted and they were jealous me. But my overstuffed attic has been my dirty little secret. I'm not a slob. My little 1937 colonial house is often too small. Over the decades, masses of stuff came into the house, but very little left. And to the attic, which became the dumping ground for all the excess. stuck at home in March like everyone else, I hatched the plan. My husband, who is very sentimental and fond of keeping things, agreed that we needed to take action. Initially, just renting a pod and getting mover to bring every single item down, so we could then go through it at our leisure. Did a little organizing and ended up with 2 boxes or bags that we strapped onto the gas. We then had to 1 week to either throw the items away or find a new home. Nothing was to go back in the attic. Each member of the family was allotted 1 large Rubbermaid tub labeled archives. When they put anything they couldn't part with, no judgment. Signs of a weak capture system by Steve Catalina. A common sign that you have a weak or underutilized system for capturing and organizing your tasks and projects is that you are trying to use some non-system as a substitute. This includes bad habits such as these. Leaving emails sitting in your inbox after you read them for the first time. Using any messaging app to remember to-do items. Using multiple apps to capture tasks. Not being sure which inbox to send your task to. Worrying about tasks falling through the cracks. Rely on your human memory to keep reminding yourself about tasks you need to attend to. A good system have at most 2 inboxes, 1 digital inbox and 1 paper inbox. A good system have 1 calendar for keeping track of your time-based commitments. You can also set it to proactively remind you of important events. In necessary, so you don't have to rely on your memory or constantly looking at the clock for that. Your email inbox isn't a calendar or a project management system, nor is your web browser. A good system doesn't show you reminders of your to-dos, except you need to see them. It doesn't distract you by showing you the same unprocessed emails every time you check your inbox. Not having a good capture system is probably worth solving. Consider that if you don't solve it soon, you are pushing the problem to the future, cursing your future self with more distraction and greater focus year after year. Now you are absolutely drag down the results you are able to create and the quality of life you are able to enjoy. You can solve this problem permanently. You can leave it in the past so that